Everyone in the bus terminal noticed the man with the scars and avoided him. Everyone except a small boy holding a shaking dog on a red leash. When the boy walked straight up to him and asked for help, the room went quiet. No one expected what the man would do next, least of all the frightened child who just wanted his mom, his dog, and someone who wouldn't walk away. The Greyhound terminal in downtown St. Louis never truly slept. Even in the late afternoon, it hummed with noise. Rolling suitcases, crackling intercom announcements, engines idling outside, and the constant shuffle of people coming and going. Some were heading home. Others were running from something they didn't want to name. In the middle of it all sat Caleb, 8 years old, skinny knees pulled to his chest on a plastic bench that was far too big for him. At his feet lay Buddy, a medium-sized brown mutt with white paws and a crooked ear that never stood up properly. Buddy's head rested on Caleb's shoe, but his eyes were alert, darting at every sudden sound. The dog felt Caleb's fear before the boy admitted it to himself. Caleb's fingers were wrapped tight around Buddy's red leash. Too tight. His mother had gone to the restroom. She had said, "Don't move. Stay right here. I'll be right back." That was 45 minutes ago. At first, Caleb told himself it was fine. Grown-ups took a long time sometimes. Bathrooms had lines. Phones rang. Things happened. But then the minutes stacked up. People sat down, then left. Buses arrived, then departed. Announcements echoed through the terminal, calling names that weren't his mother's. Buddy whimpered softly and pressed closer. Caleb swallowed. He had rules. His mom made rules very clear. Don't talk to strangers. Don't wander. If something feels wrong, find help. But what did help look like in a place full of people who never looked at him twice? He scanned faces. A woman in a business suit hurried past without slowing. A group of teenagers laughed too loudly. An older man slept with his mouth open, a paper bag clutched to his chest. No one looked safe. Then Caleb saw him. The man stood near a concrete pillar close to the exit. He was tall, taller than anyone else nearby, with broad shoulders wrapped in a faded black jacket. His arms were covered in tattoos that climbed all the way up his neck. A jagged scar cut through his right eyebrow, pulling his face into a permanent look of anger. People gave him space. A lot of space. Caleb noticed something else, though. The man wasn't pacing. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't staring at anyone. He was watching the doors. And he hadn't moved in a long time. Buddy growled low in his throat. Caleb knelt and whispered, "It's okay. Just stay." The boy hesitated. Every instinct told him not to go near that man. But another instinct, quieter, deeper, said that this man wasn't pretending to be harmless. Caleb stood up. Buddy followed, tail tucked but loyal. Each step felt heavy. The noise of the terminal faded as Caleb approached the man, stopping a few feet away. The man noticed immediately. His eyes dropped to the boy, then to the dog. He didn't smile. He didn't frown. He crouched. "Hey!" the man said, voice rough but low. "You lost, kid." Caleb shook his head quickly. "No, sir. I'm waiting." "For who?" "My mom." The man nodded once. "How long?" Caleb looked at the clock above the ticket counter. "Almost an hour." The man's jaw tightened. Buddy whimpered and pressed against Caleb's leg. Caleb took a breath. "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," he said carefully, reciting words he'd practiced before. "But my mom says if I get scared, I should find someone who looks like they wouldn't let anything bad happen." The man blinked. Caleb continued, voice shaking now. "Everyone keeps walking away. Buddy's scared. And I was wondering if you could just stand here with us. Not touch. Just stay." Silence stretched between them. People nearby slowed, pretending not to listen. The man exhaled slowly. "You're a brave kid," he said. "But we're gonna do this right." He stood and raised his hand toward a nearby security officer. "Hey, officer." The guard approached, cautious. "Everything okay?" The man gestured to Caleb. "This kid's mom hasn't come back in almost an hour. He did the right thing asking for help. Dog too." The officer knelt to Caleb's level. "What's your mom's name, buddy?" "Sarah Miller." The officer spoke into his radio. The man stepped back, giving Caleb space, but he didn't leave. Buddy relaxed just a little. Caleb looked up. "You're still staying?" The man nodded. "Yeah, I'll stay." Minutes passed. Buddy sat between Caleb's feet now, tail wagging faintly. The man leaned against the pillar again, eyes still on the entrance. Caleb finally asked, "What's your name?" "Jack." "Buddy," Caleb said, pointing to the dog. "He gets scared of loud noises." Jack nodded. "Me too." That made Caleb smile just a little. 20 minutes later, a woman came running through the doors, face pale, hair disheveled, panic in every step. "Caleb!" Caleb turned. "Mom!" She dropped to her knees, hugging him and Buddy at the same time, tears spilling freely. "I'm so sorry," she said over and over. "I fainted in the bathroom. They called an ambulance. I tried to get back." She stopped when she noticed Jack. Her body stiffened instinctively. Caleb looked up at her. "Mom," he stayed. He helped. He made sure Buddy and me weren't alone. Jack raised both hands slightly. Didn't touch him. Didn't move him. Just stood. Sarah studied him for a long moment. Then she extended her hand. "Thank you." Jack hesitated, then shook it. "No kid should feel invisible," he said. As Jack walked away, Buddy barked softly and wagged his tail. Jack turned back once and gave a small nod. That night, Caleb would tell the story at least a dozen times. And every time he would say the same thing. He looked scary, but he was